Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys some of the best items to invest in for October of 2019. So in this video, I'm mostly going to be going over some items that I believe will be increasing in price because of the recent updates that Jagex announced at RuneFest. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down each update, and I'll talk about some items that I think will increase in price because of this update and why. So anyway guys, I really hope you do enjoy the video. Before I would like to start, I do want to say that these items are only speculation, so they might not even increase. In some ways, we don't even know if the item will be used in the skill because there isn't much information given. So before you spend a bunch of money investing in these items, make sure that you believe that they will increase yourself. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So starting with the first update that we are going to be looking at, 120 Herblore. So on screen now is just a few pictures of some things that they are going to be doing with Herblore. They're expanding the skill to level 120, and they're also making a bunch of new unlockable potions that you can make from levels 99 to 120. So they are going to be making some brand new potions, and you will have to kind of speculate on what you will need to actually make these potions. So for example, the new overload potion that they are going to be making, I would assume just like the other overloads, so they have the regular overload and the supreme overload right now. Right now you just need all of the extreme potions to make the regular overload, and then to make the supreme overload, you'll need a regular overload. So personally, I think to make this elder overload, you will probably need either overload potions or supreme overload potions. So that would obviously increase the ingredients to make overload potions. You'll need more of them because people will be trying to make this elder overload upon release. So that being said, some of the ingredients that you will need to make overloads, such as Grenwell spikes, the herbs, so Tortsol, Lantidime, also grounded mud runes, so mud runes will be increasing in price. And then you also have Evanto and Dwarfweed. So these are all ingredients to make overloads. And if I am right about how you can actually make the Elder Overload, then it would only seem right that the prices of these items will increase. Now, some of the other items that I think will increase is the Crystal Flask. And this is because a lot of these new potions, their designs seem to have the Crystal Flask in them. So I'm thinking there will be more potions with Crystal Flask, especially in the higher level of potion making. So obviously the prices for Crystal Flasks should increase a little bit. And then I also included the unfinished potions. And this is because upon release, I'm thinking a lot of people will want to get their Herblore up to actually be able to make some of these new potions. And maybe even before the update is released, people might want to start training their Herblore up to level 120. So of course, these unfinished potions will be going up in price if more people want to be training the skill. So all the training methods for Herblore, so buy some unfinished potions and the ingredients, they all should go up when Herblore is 120. And so basically that is pretty much it for the Herblore section. I pretty much just said most ingredients and crystal flasks and ways you can train Herblore. So pretty much everything I think will be going up just because the skill will be used a lot more. And it is even used a lot right now. So just having a bunch of new potions that are probably going to be really overpowered, it will just make it so the skill will be a priority for a lot of people, and a lot of people will want to be doing it. And so the next update that I do want to talk about is the 120 farming and ranch out of time update. So there are some items that I believe will be increasing in price because of this update. And on screen now, just some pictures of the ranch out of time right now, and then I'll show some 120 farming pictures. So they are going to be coming out with the ranch out of time, which is just like the player-owned farm, but on Anachronia with dinosaurs. And then also farming will be expanded to level 120. So they are going to be making some brand new bushes and trees that you can be farming yourself. So just looking at some items that I believe will be increasing in price. So first we'll look at the Ranch Out of Time. So first let's go back to when player-owned farms was first introduced. So as you know, you need to feed your animals. So on screen now is a picture of woad leaves and their price over the past year. And looking at September 3rd, which was the day player-owned farms was released, woad leaves were around 264 GP. And you do use these to actually nourish your animals, so to feed them. And that is where this big spike in the woad leaves came. So they actually increased by over 2 times. So looking at the Ranch Out of Time update, we can speculate as to what you will need to feed your dinosaurs and your new pets there. So obviously when you are doing a big game hunter, you are using bait, and the bait tends to be dinosaur meat. And then also probably some fish. So just like the raw manta ray, I know that that is one item that you can use as bait. Also the raw shark and raw sailfish. That is other types of fish that can be used as bait in big game hunter. So I would just assume that this is what you will be feeding your dinosaurs in the Ranch Out of Time, meaning that the price of these items, these fish, they should increase. And also, of course, the dinosaur meat, that should increase as well. So this is another item that I would suggest you guys to invest in. I think it's a pretty safe one because the price shouldn't drop on it. And it should obviously be used as bait, which means the price should increase. And then some other stuff. So the skill is going to be expanded to level 120. However, we don't really have that much to go off of. So personally, I can't really figure out what else could be increasing because they are expanding farming up to level 120. Maybe you guys can think of some items for that. Some items that would help you get XP because people will want to train the method some more. I was also thinking that some unchecked animals for player-owned farms could increase in price, but maybe not since Ranch Out of Time is going to come into the game. It might just take over player-owned farms and make it irrelevant. So personally, the safest investment for the 120 farming update would probably just be some raw shark, raw manta ray, and of course the dinosaur meats. And of course the biggest update that will be coming to RuneScape is Archeology. So this brand new skill, we're going to try and look at some items that might be increasing because of it. Now this is really difficult. It's going to be a lot of speculation because we don't really know how the skill is exactly going to work. We do have some ideas, but in terms of some items that you may need, it's going to be pretty difficult to be certain, but I do have some ideas of some items that might be useful with Archeology. So first of all, in the news post for Archeology, they were talking about ancient invention. So what this is, it's going to be some brand new gizmos and items that you'll be able to make with invention. So somehow it is going to be combined with Archeology though. So I was thinking of some items that might be useful to actually make some of these gizmos. And one item that I did come up with was the energy from divination. So this kind of seems like it might be useful in ancient invention, but it is somewhat tough to say. Also, another thing that was mentioned was ancient summoning, and this does seem really interesting. So looking at it, you are going to be somewhat summoning these demons, and just thinking of some obvious ingredients that you might need to actually make these familiar pouches. So they are demons. I'm assuming that ashes would be a pretty obvious choice to use as an ingredient when making these summoning pouches, especially for the abyssal demons. As for the other ones, it might be a little bit more difficult to tell, but if you guys have any good ideas of what you think it may be, you could try investing in it, and I am sure the price will be going up if you are right. Also, it was mentioned that there is going to be a new tool in the game called Jagex for Archeology. So some possible items that you might need to make this. Of course, it looks exactly like a pickaxe. So maybe you will just make it from bars through smithing. So the price of bars might slightly increase. I was also thinking bars might be used when actually putting these artifacts back together with the archaeology skill. They did mention that that was a big part of the skill. There was a big manufacturing part of archaeology. So maybe you will need bars to put it back together or some sort of mining and smithing type thing. Now, it is pretty difficult to come up with some good items that might be increasing because of archaeology. We just don't know enough about it yet. But do stay tuned. They might be releasing some more information about it as we get closer to the release date. And of course, on release date, the prices still won't be adjusted. So if you can figure out what people will be needing for this skill early on, you might be able to make a good buck on it. Anyway, guys, that is all I have for you in this video. I really hope you did find this video helpful, and hopefully my predictions do come true and you guys will be able to make some money off of them. But before I end the video, I would like to know what you guys think of these brand new updates. Jagex really did announce a lot of really big things at RuneFest this year, so it will be interesting to see how it goes, and I would be really interested in hearing what you guys think of all these updates. But anyway, guys, that is it for this video. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.